Hello, 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 everybody. I'm popping in for a live, and I haven't done a live for so long. Welcome. I know that this is unexpected. I'm doing a live on YouTube, and I just decided at the last minute to show up on LinkedIn as well. Why not, right? Why not? And if I haven't seen you or wished you a happy new year, well, happy new year. It's still in January, so it's okay to say happy new year now, isn't it? I'm really glad you're here, and if you are looking at the replay, that's fine too because you'll be enjoying the talk today. We'll be doing a little bit of laughter yoga and some deep breathing. If you don't know who I am, I'm Linda G. Robert. I'm known as your Back in the Groove Again coach. And if you've been following me, you'll know that I have been talking a lot about traveling lately. I came back from a cruise not that long ago, and I am getting myself ready to go to Mexico. I can't wait. I'm leaving for Mexico on Friday from my town. I'll be there probably on Monday at the latest. So, why am I talking about traveling? Well, because without some foundation, self love, and self care, honestly, I would not have been able to ever travel by myself. And that's the truth. Now, today I'm going to start with a quick talk about choosing yourself. We'll do some laughter yoga, and then we'll also do a mindfulness meditation. Now, I have been doing some mindful meditations and laughter yoga on Insight Timer. You might have seen that if you were on LinkedIn, you might have seen that um, I've posted some Insight Timer. What do you call an ad, so that you can follow me on Insight Timer as well. This is the first time that I'll be actually doing it as well on YouTube. And if you've never done laughter yoga, well, it'll be an introduction for you. I hope you can enjoy that, or at least be open to it. But first, we're going to talk about self love very briefly. We'll have a very brief chat about self love. Now, self love doesn't start with affirmations or bubble baths. It starts really with a decision, a very conscious decision to, stop living life on autopilot and to begin living with intention. Now, choosing yourself doesn't mean being selfish, right? It doesn't mean that, oh my goodness, now it's all about me, it's all about me. It just means recognizing that your needs matter too. And I want to say hello to whoever's viewing me on YouTube. Hello and welcome. Nice to see you here. So when you're practicing self-love and self-care, it means I matter. It means I'm going to pay attention to what my body says. For example, if my body says you're tired, well, that means, okay, I need to rest, right? And that's not being selfish. It also means saying no without having to explain and over explain and all that. It doesn't mean that. It means giving yourself permission to rest if you need to rest, to move, right? If you feel you need to move, of course, to laugh, and we'll be doing some of that today, to breathe, and to do these things without feeling guilty. I think that's really important. It means taking care of ourselves without feeling like we shouldn't be doing that right now. And for many of us, especially those that have spent a large part of their lives caring for others, choosing to take care of ourselves first might be very uncomfortable. You might notice thoughts like, well, I should be doing something else right now, or, oh, this is really indulgent. But choosing yourself is actually foundational. And if you care for yourself, or when you care for yourself, you show up more authentically. You show up more grounded. And honestly, if I would not have started to take care of myself and love myself, I would not have been able to, to do all that type of traveling on my own. So it can be very, very simple. It can be as simple as pausing, taking a break, instead of pushing yourself to continue and to continue when you know you're already tired and exhausted. It could be as simple as taking a breath before reacting, right? You want to respond to people, you want to respond to your life. So you might need to take a breath, which gives you time to choose your response. It could also be as simple as moving your body in a way that feels really good for you, not forced. And it could also mean just allowing joy, and I've talked about joy in other lives before. Allowing joy just to seep in and to really feel it, even on a very ordinary day. Some of you know that I teach. I'm a coach as well, yes, but I also teach English as a foreign language, and I do get a lot of joy from teaching English. It makes me feel, you know, even happier than I normally am. So I'm curious for you, what does self-love mean to you? What would be an act of self-love for you? What does that mean for you? What types of things do you do on a day-to-day basis that means I take care of myself first? Give me some examples in the comment section here if you'd like. Now, in a few minutes, we're going to do some laughter yoga as well. Now, if you've never done some laughter yoga, you need to know that it helps to release tension. You need to know that, yes, we will be faking our laugh, and the brain will still release those feel good hormones because the brain does not know the difference between a fake laugh and a real laugh. And so when we're laughing, and we'll do it for short periods, we'll do 30 seconds and then I'll increase it to 45 seconds and then to a minute. Um, you'll notice that you start feeling good after a while. Now, the very first time that I started doing some laughter yoga, I didn't really understand the benefit of it. It was only, after practicing it and doing it over the years that I've noticed that I laugh more naturally now. I'm not, in the past I didn't naturally laugh, but now I seem to laugh more naturally. And I find that it helps me to chill out more too. So practicing laughter yoga, and we'll also do some mindful breathing today as well, helps me to kind of center myself. And for me, this is an act of self-care and self-love. And when I travel, no, when I travel, I won't do some laughter yoga necessarily, but I will do some mindful breath, especially when I'm encountering a situation that might be a bit challenging. Like, if you followed me, you know that I've walked the Del Norte, and that was very, very challenging, especially when I was walking along a long, long bridge. I'm afraid of heights. I had to practice. I had to practice self love. I had to tell myself, just breathe, Linda, just breathe. Keep taking another step, keep moving, because I was really afraid of walking that bridge. So I practiced that self care. I practiced positive affirmations while I was in Spain, but I practice it sometimes on a daily basis. So the more you practice, the more when you're living your life, you're more apt to use some of these different practices that I've been talking about, over the last few years on my channel. All right, we are going to do some laughter yoga. And I'm just going to set my timer here because we're going to start with 30 minutes, 30 seconds, not 30 minutes, 30 seconds. And the idea is that I will start laughing, and I hope that you can join me too. Yes, it's going to look weird because I am laughing by myself, but hopefully, you out there, wherever you are, will also laugh with me. We're going to do it for 30 seconds, and I'm going to just do a count of three. And on the count of three, two, one, I'll just start laughing for 30 seconds, and we'll do that a few times. All right. One, two, three. Notice how I'm faking it. There's nothing funny in front of me. Oh, I had to gulp there. Okay, that was 30 seconds. That was 30 seconds. Now we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again for 30 seconds and then we'll take a nice deep breath. So, again for 30 seconds. I'm hoping that you're laughing with me on the count of three, two, one, go. Are you laughing with me? That was 30 seconds. All right. Let's take a nice deep breath in and out. One more nice deep breath in and out. All right. Now, we're going to do it again for 45 seconds. And this time, when I'm laughing, I am going to imagine that I love myself to death. You know how, oh, sometimes we see little children and they're so cute and we just love them to death because they're so cute. We want to love ourselves like that. All right. And we're going to imagine that we love ourselves like that too. 45 seconds. Are you ready? Let me set this up for 45 seconds, starting now. I love myself. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Good work. That was 45 seconds. And yes, I hope that you are laughing with me. We're going to do it one more time. And I am imagining that I'm holding myself and that I'm loving myself, just like when I was a child and I had my little dolls. Maybe you had a teddy bear and you would squeeze it so much because you loved it so much. That's what I was doing. I was imagining the love that I have for myself, and that was coming out through my laughter. We're going to do it again. Are you with me? Are you with me? All right, let's do it again for 45 seconds, and then we'll move on to a nice deep breath in again. Then we'll do a mindful breath exercise. All right, 45 seconds. Three, two, one. Wow, 45 seconds, guys. Good work. 45 seconds. Let's take a nice deep breath in and out. One more nice deep breath in, arms up and out. Let your arms just float down very, very softly. All right, good work. Now we're going to move into our mindful breath. So when I'm talking about mindful breath, that means my attention is going to be on my breath. We're going to do it. I think we'll just do it for 5 minutes because if you're not used to being in the quiet and putting your attention on the breath, 20 minutes can seem very long. So we're just going to do 5 minutes here. On Inside Timer, I usually put the timer on for 8 minutes, but here I'll put it on for 5 minutes. And let me just get this timer ready and I'll set ourselves up as well. Generally, what we're going to be doing, I will invite you to close your eyes if you are comfortable in doing so. And I'm going to invite you as well just to breathe. We'll start with some deep breaths and then we'll go into our regular breathing pattern. All right. So I'm going to start my timer for 5 minutes and I do invite you now to close your eyes if you're comfortable in doing so. And let's start with some nice deep breaths in and out. One more nice deep breath in and out. Now we're simply going to continue breathing, of course. Notice that you're breathing, and we don't need to force our breath now. We're simply breathing. I'm going to put my back on the chair to be more comfortable. My hands are on my lap, and I'm just going to breathe. I probably will notice that I have thoughts going in and out, and that's okay. That's normal. That's natural. You can simply acknowledge the thought and then let it go and put your attention back on your breathing. That's what we're doing today. We're simply putting our attention on our breath. And sometimes we can hear, like now I can hear myself breathe more. Sometimes we can't. Just keep putting your attention on your breath and notice how sometimes your breath might be a longer breath, might be a shallower breath, might be silent, a silent breath. Just just notice that. We're going to be in silence for just a few moments now. Sometimes I have to take a deeper breath. Breathing. I'm And breathing. Notice that you're breathing. We don't often take the time to stop and just breathe. We're busy at work. Go, go, go. We're still breathing, but it's very shallow sometimes. I used to take a moment to breathe before going into a meeting, or if I have a challenging conversation coming up, I would take a moment to focus, center myself, and just breathe. Notice how the energy is different from when we were doing laughter yoga. I'm calmer. I'm breathing. Great to do that during your lunchtime too. Just a few minutes. Doesn't require a lot of time. Now this is simply a mindful breath meditation. There's a lot of different types of mindfulness techniques, such as the body scan, loving kindness meditation. These are different ones. Today, we're simply putting our attention on our breath and just noticing our breath, noticing the thoughts, but not putting a lot of attention on the thoughts, putting our attention on our breath. Sometimes we can put our attention on the sounds around us, the sensations in our body. But today, our attention is on our breath. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to our anchor. Today, it's the breath. I'm here right now. I'm not thinking of the past. nor the future. I'm only breathing at this moment. I'm present to this very moment. I want you to notice how conditioned we are. For example, I have a tendency to think about the time right now, and I want to check the time. You might want to be checking your watch. It's a tendency, a natural tendency, and I'm aware of that. And I bring my attention back to my breath. We're training our brain to be in the moment, to be here right now. Still here, still in this very moment. My attention is on my breath. And in a few seconds, I will invite you to take a nice stretch to gently come back to the room. So let's take a nice stretch. Let's take a nice stretch. Take a nice deep breath in. Take a nice deep breath in. That was probably a little over 5 minutes. Hi, Hiawatha. How are you? All right. Now, why am I talking about deep breathing right now as an act of self love and self care? Well, because it is. And when we are in the midst of our day, if we don't take the time to breathe and to take care of ourselves, to get water if we need to, for example, to stretch if we need to, for example, these are all, little acts of self care and self love. If we don't take the time to notice what our body is telling us to do, then at the end of the day, we will be really tired only to start that all over again, right? Only to start that all over again. And eventually, if we do not take the time to take care of ourselves, we can be sick as well. I am well, thank you. It's nice to see you here today. Nice to see you here today. How are you doing? How are you doing today? I think the last time we talked, I think you had started a new job. I can't remember. Are you still working, keeping yourself busy? There's lots of things that, yeah, we haven't talked for quite a while. All right. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you're doing great. That's wonderful. Very good. So today we talked a little bit about self-care and self-love, and then we went into some laughter yoga. You missed the laughter yoga, I think. Or did you participate in the laughter yoga? Were you able to do that with us? Oh, good. Good. When are you graduating? When are you graduating? Is it this year? Maybe in June? So we did some laughter yoga, and then we ended with some deep mindful breath. And I've been doing these types of lives on Insight Timer, which is an app that I've been using for years and years and years. I use it for meditation, and now, oh, great! Yay! Oh my goodness, pretty soon. Another couple of months. April 12th. Wonderful. That's great. Oh, you must feel really happy, really proud, because it's quite an accomplishment to finish school and to graduate, right? To graduate from a college program. That's wonderful. So, like I was saying, I've been doing these lives on Insight Timer, which is an app used for mostly meditations. And so if you know, enjoyed this experience, you can also join me on Insight Timer. Actually, I'm doing another one tomorrow on Insight Timer. Uh, it'll be in the afternoon, of course, depending on your time zone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Either you were on YouTube or maybe you were watching me on LinkedIn. And if you happen to be watching the replay, do add some comments about what you do to practice self care and self love. That was the main theme of today's live, self care, self love. So important anytime, really. It's always important to think of ourselves. I'm not saying let's be selfish, but to think of ourselves is so important, especially when we take care of other people as well, or when we work with other people as well. All right. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks again. I really appreciate you being here and watching my live today, Hiawatha. Take care of yourself and hopefully